Welcome to the Industry Show. I'm your host, Nitin Bajaj, and joining me today on the Get Funded series is Urvi Tejani. Urvi, welcome on the show.
Hi, Nathan. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure is all ours. So tell us, what is Red Carpet Rocks?
Nathan, Red Carpet Rocks is every woman's dream jewelry box. So basically, for the women that do know Rent the Runway, it's like that, but except for jewelry. It's a platform that allows women to be able to rent the most gorgeous, jaw-dropping, designer luxury jewelry pieces for anything special in their life.
And I love the collection, and so does my wife. Tell us, why do this?
So it's been prior to Red Carpet Rocks, I had my own jewelry line for over a decade, and I built it to a little over 5 million in sales. And it was a great project. I absolutely loved it. But Nathan, this is my baby now. I want to do something. I have one more in me. And for me, it's about doing something that's going to leave a legacy and truly be disruptive and to really change the way women wear and buy jewelry. And most importantly is I don't have children and not going to be. So this is really my baby. And you've got kids and a family and you do things a lot for your kids, right? So Red Carpet Rocks for me is my baby, and this is my legacy that I want to leave that I did.
Wonderful. Tell us about your traction and revenues.
Sure. So we launched in 2019. I have a little over 500 customers, paying customers, and then we have 10,000 followers on Instagram. And we have, in 2020, we were completely decimated, as you can imagine, from COVID. And 2021, we're slowly coming out. But year to date, since inception, we have close to 60,000 in revenue.
Great. What is the TAM, the total addressable market? And if you can tell us a little bit about the competitive landscape.
Sure. So we don't have any, it's hard to really talk about the true addressable market. I can tell you that in the subscription model, in the costume jewelry space, in the special occasion dress market, you're talking billions of dollars. So the market overall related to my space is enormous. And then you're talking just even in the apparel rental market, it's close to $5 billion. So because the concept is relatively new in clothing and brand new in jewelry, there's just no direct addressable market. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Yeah. So in terms of the competitors, we don't really have anyone in that space that's direct. Indirect, I would say Rent the Runway. Obviously that comes to mind, but for those of us that know Rent the Runway, their focus is really on clothing. You don't go to Rent the Runway for a fabulous pair of earrings. You're going to Rent the Runway for your clothes, for your everyday things. So there's really no one that's directly doing what Red Carpet Rocks is.
Makes sense. More specifically, if I were to throw this question at you, why should an investor be interested in Red Carpet Rocks?
Well, this is really, Nathan, the wave of the future. Rental is huge. Anyone that's following, retail and fashion knows that this is not just a trend. This is a movement. This is really what's happening. And more companies are getting on board with that concept. So an investor should understand and know that and want to be part of a true movement of what's happening in the industry. Plus, I have 3 decades of experience as a founder. So coupled with my experience and the idea, it's really a win-win.
Yep. So tell us, how much are you raising? What is the valuation and how are you raising it?
Sure. So I am looking to raise up to $1 million, and that's in exchange for equity to Red Carpet Rocks. And right now, I'm primarily raising it through pitch competitions, networking, reaching out to people directly on LinkedIn. I've recently started engaging in Clubhouse and in their startup club and things. And it's been really informative and helpful. I've kind of really been reaching out directly to people on that platform.
Yep. And a lot of engagement out on that platform. So
tons. And everyone's so open and willing and wanting to help. And so it doesn't, the wall and the barriers to entry are so much like, they're not as intimidating because they're just like, I'm here to help.
Yep, so true. So tell us, what is this raise going to be used for?
So the raise is going to be used for building out the team, building the inventory, and primarily marketing and getting us to our goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. So it's primarily to get to our first level of our milestone of subscribers.
Okay. And tell us about your team.
So Nathan, you're looking at her. This is the entire team. I'm a solopreneur, solo founder. I've built this entire business on my own. And so I would be looking for the once I was funded, I'd be looking to expand the team. But right now it's just me. And all I can say, instead of looking at this as, oh my God, it's just her, I would look at it as, wow, she's done this much on her own. Imagine how much she can do once she's funded. So I look at it as a total positive because I've been able to do so much in such a short amount of time. But currently it's just me.
Perfect. Urvi, thank you so much for being with us on Get Funded series. And we are hoping to be a part of your success. And we will continue to stay in touch and talk about your journey as you go from strength to strength.
Thank you, Nathan. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure is ours. Thanks a lot.